while since you've seen this trio healthy and on the floor in unison.
It has been, and when you think about the Owls from day one, we know that Skylar Diggins was on minutes restriction when she played. Aaliyah Edwards was out for an injury, but now to have all three of them, wow, a totally different game. And this is one of the things that that Coach Noel was talking about. She does not want her team, the Breeze, to underestimate this Owls team and look at their record and think, because there's still ballers out here, as she said.
For Breeze, without Rakia Jackson, she's out due to personal reasons, so Williams gets the start in her debut. Beckers twists and turns with the dribble. Diggins the penetration defensively with one to shoot, loose ball. Mabrey's got it. Missed Owls last game, which was a loss to Laces. Somehow finds Edwards on the block.
And I love it. Mabrey stayed with that ball and then found Edwards. Oh my goodness, nice pass.
Mabrey, fourth and unrivaled in assists per game. Malonga climbs the ladder to tie the score.
And the interesting thing, you have Courtney Williams with the start out here, which is really nice because now the Breeze have an opportunity to do that pick and roll with Malonga on the inside. With a nice pass from Courtney. But when you go back, let's rewind it just a step with Marina here. She picks up the ball, she loses it. Ooh, she kicks it a little bit too, but that pass, just fast enough to get it over there to Edwards, who's able to finish before Malonga blocks.
Three of Unrivaled's top five leading scorers featured in this game. Mabrey and Edwards, they make up so much of their offense. Skylar Diggins plays in her 8th game of the season. She's rehabbing for most of training camp, and what she's meant to their room. They talked about ball pressure being a key on the Breeze guards. Mabrey walk up three. Corralled by Williams.
Well, you know when Mabrey crosses half court, she's in her range. So you got to find a way for the Breeze to really pick her up as soon as she gains possession.
As for Breeze, this can be said for both ends of the floor. They want to match or exceed the energy level of Aaliyah Edwards. So Coach Noel Quinn challenged her bigs. Malonga off the mark on that try. Around the ball screen, Mabrey, lob it. Oh, Edwards, a snag, and lays it in.
Excellent pass over the top, and I like it. Starting with the screen from Edwards and her ability to get to the basket and cause that mismatch.
6-2 lead for Lunar Owls. Long rebound, Edwards snags it. Owls 2 of 3 from the floor. 1 of 1 from the line. Ball screen for Diggins, navigates. Edwards back to her and stolen by Williams. Diggins gives the foul.
You gotta love it though. Here's Marina again attacking the basket. Malonga switches out, which puts Courtney Williams, a smaller guard, on Edwards, who's able to finish down low. And you gotta know that Edwards, how that screen happens all the time, because she's such an excellent screener. It forces that defense to switch.
Attached to Malonga up top. Mabrey hedges the screen. Beckers mid-range. Short. Once again, Edwards there on the glass. Diggins mid-range pull. Just scrapes the iron. Williams shoots out of a cannon. Fires in the mid-range. Good.
Mid-range mommy starting to heat it up. That's the first one, but you know there will be many in that area of the court.
Williams came off the bench for DJ Sackman and Lunar Owls last year. He called her the microwave. The chance to start tonight with Rakia Jackson absent. There's an edge, there's a chip for Williams to remind the basketball world her impact on winning.
Well, yeah, and I think when you look at also, we talked about Paige Beckers playing the 1, where sometimes now she has an opportunity to play off the ball. They were able to just switch there, so it does give the Breeze a little bit more opportunity for Paige to also play off the ball and come off some of the screens as opposed to being the playmaker.
And turnover, Lunar Owls. They commit 11 per game, the most in Unrivaled. They also commit the most fouls per game, at 2 and 8. Mathematically alive, while Breeze is above the playoff line, sitting in 4th place at 5 and 5. Two and a half minutes in. Beckers gets downhill. Chisels for space. Weaves through. Lob it. Malonga. They throw a double at her. Malonga rising and banks it in.
Okay, Dominique Malunga, go ahead and dominate down there, down low. I like it. The fact she was able to get control of that ball and just off the glass, so sweet.
Coach Quinn, her eyes light up when the mid-range and the fadeaway happen from Malunga closer to the bucket, and Williams capitalizes on another giveaway. Breeze now leads by 2. Marina Mabrey's on the hunt. Carves out room and scores.
And I like that from Mabrey, just taking advantage of Courtney Williams, backing her down.
Williams on the move. Hits Malunga in stride.
Ooh, the execution here for both teams. Pick and rolls working just perfectly for both teams, causing that every time that there's a player that has to switch off, they're really taking advantage of the mismatch.
We're on it. It's all 2s. No threes made by either club. Double team on Edwards. Squirms. Shot clock violation.
Breeze doing a nice job with the kick out to Courtney Williams, who really was not going to be stopped. Doing a nice job of tacking. That time, Edwards helps off. Malunga finishing at the rim. Courtney just being really strategic with her play. Reading the defense. If they don't step up, she shoots it. If they switch, excellent job of distributing the ball.
Hey, the posts are eating right now. 6 for Edwards, 6 for Malunga.
Hey, you got a chance when you feed your bigs.
Yeah, you like the sound of that.
I love it.
Martin up and under. Rachel Banham has checked in, joins Diggins and Edwards. Kate Martin and Cameron Brink on the floor with Beckers. On the Breeze side, jab step by Diggins. Lob it, open look for Edwards. The deception.
Excellent job by Skylar Diggins to wait for Edwards to get turned. She didn't even realize she was open.
Good back and forth in this first quarter. Rise and fire Beckers, too strong. Still scoreless, now 0 for 2 from the floor. The trailer is Edwards, jumper in the air. Cleared by Brink.
Now, when you have Rachel Banham in the game, I would have liked Edwards to kick that ball over to Rachel and then set an on-ball screen.
Marina Mabrey had high praise for Banham. She can get going soon, coming off a 12-point game against Laces. Was not shy to shoot it. Mabrey was out, and Banham was 4 of 10 from 3. Just injecting confidence into Banham. Any given night, she can get going.
Yeah, Mabrey felt like she could run off like 10 threes in a row, so you want to see her have that opportunity. And every time she's on the floor, she's that special kind of player where they need to look for her.
Take pressure off of Marina if Rachel Banham can knock down threes on the outside. Then it allows Marina to be seen maybe as a little bit more of a facilitator because you got someone else stretching the floor for this team.
First bucket for Beckers, and Breeze has a 2-point lead. Top rebounding club in Unrivaled, Breeze. Edwards on the rack attack.
I like that connection with Aaliyah Edwards and Skylar Diggins, and what she's doing is pretending that she's going to shoot the jumper. Defense not able to react, and she's been able to get her layups.
Diggins on the leak out. Banham fired a beautiful pass. Back and forth in the first. Beckers charges hard off the screen. Wide open look. Beckers now 1 for 5. She'll come out, and Courtney Williams subs in. Paige Beckers plays the 3rd most minutes per game. So we understand Williams, the addition, can play with Beckers, but also that's a pretty solid backup point guard option if indeed Beckers isn't out there while Williams is.
Definitely solid backup point guard, but you also got to give the Owls a lot of credit. They are trying to be so physical with Paige Beckers that it's tough to play through that physicality and knock down buckets, as Rachel Banham knocks down the bucket right here.
Right on cue. 5-point lead. Temi Fagbenle checks in. Shields, Brink, that's travel.
In fact, Benley, we saw her have, I think, her best game of Unrivaled in Philly, and she hasn't really stopped. And it's been her defense, being able to get some of these slip layups, and also rebounding.
Okay, Rachel Banham, a pair of threes. 8-point lead for Lunar Owls. It's a 10-0 run. This point, Marina Mabrey, 3 assists here in the first to lead all players in this game. They pick up full court. On the defensive end, Coach Sackman, they're eyeing ball pressure. Marina Mabrey echoed those sentiments. Draws the assignment of Williams, hedges the pick. Williams in traffic and stolen away by Mabrey. On the move, hits the brakes, finds Banham, three-pointer.
Woo. That is a serious heat check because she only needs a split second to get her shot off. One of the fastest releases, I think, here at Unrivaled.
It's funny, we caught up with Mabrey recapping more Philadelphia when she dropped 47. Even on a miss, I felt like this could be my night. So she understands that shooter's mentality. Stop and pop, knock it down. Marina Mabrey can score it too. 4 points.
Marina's so physical, and I mean, you can hear Kate Martin yelling about her physicality. She's a tough guard.
Long rebound, Mabrey almost got twisted around by Williams on the pursuit. Banham catching fire. Shot clock is off for Breeze. Call is corrected. Keep the jar. Back in the locker room, all good, all good.
All good. 5 seconds left on the clock.
Just a quick bark, and that was it for Marina. Lob pass, makes the catch. Draws the foul, and scores! And one.
Such a smart play. I don't know if they drew that up or the inbound play, but the defense somehow got caught on the high side, and that's not where you want to be with 5 seconds left on the clock. Rachel does a nice job finding Marina. Somehow Kate got on the high side way too far. Count it. And one.
Little flick of the wrist.
You like
Count the
that?
hoop. I like that. Yeah, it's good. 10-point lead. Williams breezes by. Fake it. No shot from Martin. 10-point lead for Lunar Owls. They talked about, hey, hold the opponent under 20 and let's score 20, and they do just that.
They did a great job, but Aaliyah Edwards, 10 of the 24 points. Aaliyah Edwards playing strong on the inside.
Let's take a look at second quarter action through the Samsung Galaxy Game View, powered by Galaxy S25 Ultra. Earlier tonight, we watched Laces improve to 9-2 with the loss by Hive. Mist has clinched a playoff spot, so now 3 of the 6 playoff spots available are filled. We come down the stretch. Mabrey separates with the armbar. Short, Rebecca Allen, the tip to Fagbenle. Mabrey was running off ball. Allen set up. Rebound Beckers out there with Malonga and Williams.
Ooh, Owls definitely missed Mabrey as she was running to the basket. Paige Beckers back in the game, has had a moment to settle down and hits her first bucket.
Beckers up to 4 points. Has 3 rebounds. Mabrey scans the floor. Feeds it Fagbenle. And in the Breeze huddle, Ice Young moments ago, down 8. What's the messaging?
Well, first, to keep shooting those mid-range jump shots, Noelle Quinn told her guards, take the mid-range because they're giving it to us. And then they want to run early drag screens in transition, Lisa, really try to blow up some steam. Defensively, though, that's really the concern. Kate Martin said, guys, we're not guarding the 3. We have to guard the 3. We know they want to shoot 3, specifically Mabrey and Banham. We must guard the 3.
Yeah, I think both really good points because with Noelle Quinn, she knows that they want to guard that three-point line, but I also love the drag screens that happen because it's forcing a little bit of the switch that they want and getting Malonga going to the basket. Now they also have the big lineup, Ice, so it's going to be interesting to see how they run that.
Yeah, Coach Quinn said, we're going to need our bigger lineup tonight, be more physical and finish, get the ball in the paint. That is the point of emphasis when we use this lineup. Doesn't necessarily have to score in there, but get a paint touch. And it's interesting, look at the numbers for Breeze over the last 4 games. Their three-point attempts are way up. Percentage not great at 27%, so it's more intentional, Ice, in their offensive delivery.
And in this big lineup, look for them to slow the game down a little bit. They deliberately want to play in the half court, get a deep paint touch, and have Malonga and Cam Brink go to work inside.
I love it. And, you know, when you look at the bigs, both of them very good passers, which is unusual at that size, 6'5", 6'6". They look for each other very well. But here is where the biggest challenge is defensively, getting stops.
Run out, Malonga on the run! No dunk, just a sprinkle. Did throw down that slam against Lunar Owls. The second dunk in Unrivaled history. Great lead by Williams.
Great lead by Williams, and you got to love it. When you have 2 bigs that both can block shots, can both run the floor. Courtney gets that ball up perfectly. Oh, I would have loved to see a dunk right there, but it's all good. We're going to take two. Right?
Early fourth quarter.
And the irony of that is that they were in first place last season, and you think about how they've been able to build off of that from their returning players, but also that carrying over to, that's not just as they finish with that nice pass to Aaliyah Edwards, but that's also the culture that he's built, and I love that about the Lunar Owls.
We're 13-1 last year, led the league in several offensive categories. Nafisa Collier, an extension of the coaching staff, sitting on the sideline, and Malonga makes it rain on the pretty fadeaway.
Well, Coach Noel talked about the fadeaway, her not loving it, but when Malonga knocks it down, boy, is it a thing of beauty.
Edwards, too strong. But to Dom's credit, Lisa, she is a bit closer to the bucket when she's shooting it. Shovel pass, Brink fires. Diggins scans, drives it herself. In and out.
Just in and out, and the crowd and me over here oohing and ahhing because it looked so good.
Courtney Williams comes up empty. Here comes Skylar Diggins in your living room. Bounce it, Edwards. 12 points, has a mismatch with Williams, too strong on the flip. And Cameron Brink wrestles for the rebound.
Now right here, Breeze really needs to set it up and execute an offense. They're looking for this high-low.
Brink shades to the near corner. And a bump by Edwards. She commits the foul. Just the first on Edwards. This will make you happy too. Outside, Paige Beckers has 3 fouls, but the bigs have stayed out of foul trouble on both sides.
Well, it is great to see because it's such a physical game and it's very hard to play without fouling.
Malonga, jumper. Edwards and Fagbenle to match the bigs of Breeze and Brink and Malonga. Diggins and Williams jar. Now Williams stays attached to Diggins. Quick first step, drive and kick. Edwards. Good look.
Yeah, just some shots that the Owls normally make that they're not making right now.
Williams the ship, Malonga rises in and lost it out of bounds. Fagbenle with the ball pressure.
Excellent hands by Fagbenle to knock that ball out of Malonga's hand. She looks like she's not doing well. Maybe she's just tired, but they definitely just subbed her out, going back smaller.
Coach Sackman counters, Banham in for Fagbenle. Trust in his bench. Diggins, mid-range jumper. Left it short. Brink with the handle out there with Martin and Williams. Paige Beckers has 3 fouls. In foul trouble, and Brink draws the foul on Edwards, her second. Good one here in Miami in Game 2 of our TNT doubleheader. It's Unrivaled on TNT, presented by Samsung Galaxy.
With Coach Wade for the Laces, that's exactly what he's talking about. That back player communicating, talking about all the defense out there.
Ice Young is with Marina Mabrey.
Yeah, Marina, you talked to us earlier about your connection with Rachel Banham and trying to get her open more on some of those shovel passes and handoffs. How's that been working out so far?
It's great. She's always ready to shoot the ball, and she provides that spark off the bench where we can get some really good floor spacing from her, and she can light it up quick, puts points on the board.
You guys here battling defensively. What needs to happen in order for you to make some separation in this game?
I think when they get to their big lineup, we've got to foul a little bit earlier, make them take the ball out, and then also just those Courtney jump shots and Paige. And then Malonga's open on the dive, so we got to play better on cat and mouse.
Thanks for the time, Marina.
Superb leadership by Marina Mabrey. She was with her Owls teammate Aaliyah Edwards recently in a podcast with Sue Bird, and how they've really figured out Unrivaled has allowed for them to really be themselves and learn more about themselves as leaders. And we just had the mic'd up sound of Edwards. You're hearing Marina talk, just her command of understanding what her teammates need to succeed. I'm buying in, Lisa. If they get in, you don't want to see these guys.
You don't want to see the Lunar Owls, but it also comes down to that communication and getting that help from their bench. I think that was one of the other things that they didn't have early on in the season. Rachel Banham playing better as Sky knocks down another jumper, but also fact, Benley, you know, stepping up, doing a nice job. So having help really helps this big three out here on the floor.
Temi's breakout game was in Philadelphia, had 15 points, 12 rebounds against Rose. That's a reach-in by Kate Martin. Coming up at the half, stay tuned to the Unrivaled Halftime Show, presented by Ford, Lauren Jabara, Autumn Johnson, and Renee Montgomery back in the ATL. I think Renee was happy with all the spice from one-on-one. Correct me if I'm wrong, Renee. I think it lived up to the billing.
Shout out to my girl, Renee.
Jab step, Diggins on the hunt. Becker's back in with 3 fouls, blocks the shot. Bear in mind, Beckers has not played a lot of minutes in this first half with the foul trouble. Late whistle. I think you're going to get Martin for the foul, yes. And Mabrey will shoot one, worth 2.
Just a heads-up play by Mabrey. She recognized the shot clock was running down. She played it as physical as she could, but the decision to go to the other side of the rim really put a lot of pressure on the defense.
We chatted briefly during the break. You know, Marina, as I talked to her this morning in the interview, facilitating, setting up, but we know when she's cooking and gets her shot off, that changes the dynamic. And so far in the night, Mabrey just 6 points. Does have 3 assists and 2 steals.
But I love the fact that she obviously leads the league in scoring, so she can put the ball in the basket at will. But I think the idea is that in order for them to get a win from her, she thinks that she also needs to get other players going, which makes sense because there's so much time for her.
Sure.
Third quarter, she could just take over and get you 30 just there. So I think it's a smart, an idea that she has to try to help her teammates be more effective, as Rachel Banham finds Edwards getting to the basket again.
No, you're 1,000% right. There was a quote from Marina earlier in the season. There's no good in me dropping 30 and we get cooked.
Right.
That's not fun.
That part.
There's Beckers on the mid-range attack. Paige Beckers now up to 6 points on 3 of 8 shooting. Edwards with 14 in the pick and roll with Mabrey. Lob pass is intercepted by Martin. Lead still 7. Beckers leans into a triple. Too strong. What a board by Edwards. Now up to 7 in the game. Mabrey navigates. Malonga at 6'6" matches up. Now Edwards in pursuit of the rim. Leah Edwards rises up and a foul.
I like that the Owls are just being so intentional. But right here, the missed free throw, Leah Edwards hustles back out. The handoff to Rachel. Rachel gets it back to Edwards to the bucket. That's what a coach, DJ over there, feeling really good about his effort from the Lunar Owls.
Showed you Edwards' numbers a moment ago, and here's where she ranks in the league this season. Last 4 games, close to 17 rebounds per game. Unrivaled MVP voting, the Miller Lite Most Valuable Player. Voting is open, folks, at unrivaled.basketball. Get your opinion heard on MVP. Maybe Edwards, I don't know, Mabrey's leading the league in scoring. They've been a 2-headed monster, but it's open. Polls are open.
Well, it's open. We got Kelsey Plum, you know.
You got Paige Beckers.
You got Stewie, who's played, I mean, outstanding this season. So I'm not sure who's going to win MVP, but this voting is going to be interesting. Oh, Jackie Young. I mean, it's just, wow. And Brittany Sykes, again, when you look at her numbers from last year to this year, it's going to be tough to leave her. I don't know. Wow. I'm glad that's not my job.
We should just name everybody.
Name
we're protected. We're good.
Well, I mean, Plum's her first year, man. She's been going on. And I mean, we haven't even talked about Paige. Paige is what? Leading in assists. I mean, in her team, in a lot of the categories, top 1, 2, and 3. I mean, she's having an outstanding season as well.
It is going to be a tight race. Same can be said for the playoff hunt. Lunar Owls up 10. Banham just hit her 3rd 3 of the half.
Rachel Banham has come through for the Owls just the way they planned it. The step back 3, she needs a second to let that thing go. The 3rd 3. And the bench is loving it.
Love the follow through. The hand was practically inside the net. Big half for Banham Ice.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. And Lisa, to the point you were making earlier, it's better for Marina because the halftime conversation for Breeze right now is not about Marina Mabrey cooking. It is about Rachel Banham and company getting easier buckets. So now in the second half, I think we're going to see Marina go more foot on the gas because she's not the main focal point.
Absolutely. And I think it's a good plan for the Owls because they've struggled right there towards the end, even though they've been in close games as Marina fouls there. They've been in close games, but just closing it out. As long as Marina Mabrey is out there, they have a chance.
Nifty give and go. Malonga finds Williams. Deep paint position.
Well, the Breeze definitely on their way again. Courtney just making all the right plays tonight and able to finish on the inside. Come on, Court.
Strong breeze.
Go off, twin.
Strong breeze by the newest member of Breeze. Williams creates for others like Becker's, top 5 in assists. Williams sits in 5th. Cannot cap the three-point play. Does Mabrey have heroics at the buzzer? A long 2, no good. A 6-point lead for Lunar Owls.
Wow, I just thought Mabrey was going to knock that down. But this first half, both teams should be really happy with where they are. The Breeze, a little bit more pick and roll and efficiency on offense, and they'll be right back in it.
Aaliyah Edwards with 16 points, 8 rebounds. And for Breeze, Malonga with 12, Williams with 10. You're watching Unrivaled on TNT, presented by Samsung Galaxy. Ford halftime is next.
On the other side for Breeze, they really want to be on the same page with defensive coverages with Noelle Quinn's focus. And then she said, we got to know shooters. We can't go under screens. We got to go over screens. And then they're hoping that their defense, Lisa, can translate to offense and get out in transition a bit more.
Well, it's most important. Defensive stops is what you want so that you can get to your offense. But when you look at the Breeze, yeah, they got to prove some things.
Lisa, keys for a comeback. They're brought to you by Icy Hot, official topical paint partner of Unrivaled.
Well, I was saying I think that we need more buckets from Becker's because that's just what it is, that she shoots on cue. Oh, man, I thought I had it. And then, and I think also the pick and roll is really important. Find a little bit more Courtney and Malonga. They had success with that in the first quarter.
Outside jumper by Diggins, a long 2 to put him up 8.
Now, Big Mama's been a little quiet. She might walk them down also in this second half. She has 10 points now. Skylar Diggins.
Paige Beckers has been shooting the ball to this point in the season well over 50% overall. Tonight, just 3 out of 10. The 8 points, a handful of assists. Malonga had 12 first half points. Lob it to Beckers off the ball, and Mabrey is charged with a foul. That's her third, team second in the first 47 seconds of this third quarter. Reset the shot clock to 12 as we continue our push for the playoffs. A week from Saturday, the postseason begins. And don't forget, March 2nd, the Unrivaled semifinals are in Brooklyn at Barclays Center. Get your tickets. We want to fill it up. There's Malonga on the
Did
paint
you
touch.
see that, Brendan?
That was nice.
That's the pick and roll I talked about. They need to stay with that. That's unstoppable with Williams, who can definitely score that bucket.
Keep doing that. Roger on the shovel. Becker's back to Malonga. There it is again. A slip to the paint.
That's the beauty of the Breeze. Oh, that kind of rhymed, but they're never out of it because of the flow. When you have a big like Malonga who can run the floor, it just puts them in a really good position to score. They listen to Ivy Hot. Come on. Right here, this pick and roll that I talked about, more Williams and Malonga, bam. And you got it. And then they come back again. This is a different play, folks. But guess what? Same results. Be the big.
Okay, it's my turn to say it to you. That was good.
That was good.
That was good. Over to Ice.
Oh, I really love what the vet and Courtney Williams said about playing with this younger group. She said, you would never know it's a young group by how they play. She said the focus, they're so locked in. They have that young energy. So you don't have to tell them to run hard, to push hard. They're already trying to do that as Becker's able to draw the foul on Mabrey.
And I love that because you think because they're young that it's going to be sort of a silly practice. She said you can hear a coin drop because they're so locked in. And I love that because these players are learning. And then Noelle Quinn is a storied coach that they respect, who gives them all of the energy that they need, but also all of the information with the X's and O's.
Paige Beckers has 8 20-point games on the year, including 7 in a row. She just baited Mabrey into her 4th foul, so Banham subs in. Only a minute 40 into the third. Beckers in the early foul trouble. Now Mabrey in danger. As Malonga Taps in too much on Diggins. Dominique Malonga picks up just her first.
Skylar just so savvy. I mean, just forcing the foul. You saw it coming before it even happened. And those are areas where Malonga's going to get better and not get baited into those little ticky-tack fouls.
We've had the pleasure and luxury of Skylar Diggins joining us in the broadcast booth. And Lisa, you've harped on this. She dissects these windows of time in the third quarter to set that winning score. So intentional each trip down. Becker's on the fake, drives to the basket, high off the glass, and a foul. That one's on Edwards, her third.
Yeah, and it's really important for Edwards to stay out of trouble, out of foul trouble for the Lunar Owls, because down the stretch, that fourth quarter has been where they've lost the game. And she had fouled out another game that was really crucial in one of their losses.
Owls up to 12 fouls. They commit the most per game at just over 16. Beckers is at the stripe. 1 more 2 is true, and with still 5 minutes to go in the third, 14 fouls on Lunar Owls. That means Breeze is in the bonus the rest of the way in this quarter. Diggins negotiates the screen, bounces it beautifully to Edwards in the pockets.
Gorgeous pass to Edwards, who's really making layups as fast as she can before Malonga blocks that shot.
Malonga returns the favor on the block. Now up to 18 points. Edwards has 18. Banham a three. True. Her fourth three-pointer.
Okay, Banham, but I'm really loving this connection between Williams and Malonga. Just seeing them for their first time out here. You swear they've played together many games.
Mid-range pull-up. Becker's left it short. Shows some frustration. Diggins only has her to beat. Banham, number 5. Wishes she had it back. But now, that's 4 threes for Rachel Banham in back-to-back games.
Well, again, Rachel Banham, it's the release that's so fast. She's tough to guard. You know that she wants to shoot the 3, and there's nothing you can do about it. But that last one, I would have maybe pump faked it because you knew that it was going to be contested so heavily. And then maybe a little step to the side, a little step back 3. She was kicking herself that she shot it, actually.
Rachel Banham canned a Big Ten record, 354 threes, a Minnesota record, the top 10 scorer of all time in women's college basketball. Once scored 60 in a game against Northwestern back in 2016. She's a bucket.
And it's so interesting to see Banham, who drove. That's probably not her game. I would have liked to see her drive and kick that out, but she tried to shoot it. You know, and it's funny because you gain that confidence. You feel like everybody's guarding you for the 3, so let me go ahead and drive it. But maybe the pull-up.
Williams pulls the trigger and hits. A 3 for Williams, 4-point game.
I think Courtney Williams in this trade has really been good for her. She has come out focused and ready to play.
Edwards, 2 more. Now up to 20 points and 10 rebounds. 5 consecutive double-doubles for Edwards. That's an unrivaled record. Courtney Williams, freedom.
Go off, twin.
Center in Brooklyn.
I can't wait. Brooklyn, gonna get some pizza, have the fans out there.
You gonna share?
Yeah, I'll share.
Okay.
It's gonna be another epic moment for Unrivaled.
We're back on the road. Looking forward to that playoff start a week from Saturday. First round action right here at Sephora Arena, the championship game on March 4th, 9:30 p.m. Eastern right here on TNT. I know, folks, it's crazy. We're teasing playoffs. We're right around the corner from that as the push continues. Breeze sits in 4th place at 5-5. They're above the playoff line. As for Lunar Owls at 2-8. A win, they would match Hive's record of 3-8. Played earlier tonight, Laces improved to 9-2 to stay in first. Final 3 minutes, third quarter. Banham's hit 4 threes. Lob it, Edwards, wide open, Mabrey.
Wow, excellent execution. Mabrey just off the mark.
Martin short. Wants to drive it. Spins. Tough fade. It's good.
Okay, Money Martin. over Rachel Banham. That's the matchup that they want, to have Rachel out here able to shoot.
Lunar Owls led by 6 at the half. Breeze a chance to tie or take the lead. Offensive foul on Cameron Brink. Contact away from the ball. So Owls ball. We take a look at what's coming up for Breeze.
Come on, next play.
2 games this weekend. Saturday, Vinyl. Monday against playoff-bound Mist. They clinch their spot thanks to the Hive loss, and then wrap it with Laces. Over to the Breeze bench. Dominique Malonga joins ice.
Yeah, Dom, 18 points for you so far, and a lot of that has been off the assist of Courtney Williams. What's it been like playing with her for the first time?
No, it's been great. I mean, she's a great point guard, great passer, so it was really natural. The connection came right away, so really happy to play with her.
You guys battling here with Lunar. What's it going to take for you guys to go up and set the winning score for the fourth?
We need to communicate more in defense. Like, we dying on pick and rolls right now because we don't really communicate, so we need to be sharper on that and then keep being aggressive, keep winning balls, keep running, keep playing in transition, and we're going to be good.
Thanks for the time, Dom.
I can appreciate Dominique Malonga addressing the camera to tell everybody what needs to go right for Breeze.
Yeah, well, she's not just a basketball player. She's a high IQ woman who, you know, maybe she wants to do broadcasting. I thought it was great. 2 camera, just expressing the things that need to happen for her team at such a young age.
Only 20 years old.
20 years old. She's great. I really enjoyed working with her.
More to come, we think, right?
More to come.
Okay. Love that. Brink sinks the free throw. 1 worth 2. This is a 2-point game again. Brink has filled it up on the glass. 6 boards. Out there with Beckers and Martin. Diggins. The rim run and a stuff by Brink. Noelle Quinn twirls her finger. Did they call a goaltend? No. They called a foul. I beg your pardon. So there was a whistle, there was a foul. I see, and I think that's why Mabrey and the other Owls were thinking we should challenge the foul call. But there wasn't a foul. So in the end, it's 1 worth 2 for Fag Benley. Owls by 4. Diggins and Mabrey pick up right away at the half-court line. Diggins is draped on Beckers. Works around the pick. Jumper good!
Excellent execution for the Breeze. Paige just getting to that mid-range jumper. Very little contest happening.
And you blink, Beckers up to 16 points. Fag Benley carved out room. Brink commits the foul. Thank you to Miller Lite for being the official beer sponsor of Unrivaled. More free throws for Lunar Owls as a club, 5 of 7. Breeze also 5 of 7. Cameron Brink now has 4 fouls.
Well, Cameron Brink, this is one of these moments where she's going to have to really control her emotion, continue to play strong defense without fouling, but no more moving screens, no back screens. Just keep it simple. She's so much more effective for her team offensively if she can stay on the floor.
From the point of attack, Beckers push pass, Martin 3. Long rebound is tracked down by Fag Benley. Brink guards Mabrey. Tightrope pass in the paint. Offensive foul is the call. On Temi Fag Benley.
Well, they called an offensive foul. Let's see. She does a little swing around. Play on. You know.
Minute to go in the third. Breeze with the ball, and Beckers bounces it into the seats.
You know what we say in basketball. Ball don't lie. Ball goes back to the house. Jinx.
I knew you were going with that.
Yeah. Just saying.
Mabrey has not hit a 3 yet tonight. Throws a lob. Diggins for 3. Loose ball. Mabrey hustles for it. Dribble drive. curls in the lane. Fagbenle hooks it over her shoulder and in.
Come on, Fagbenle with the backwards bucket.
Beckers trickles out. Rebound Diggins. Owls by 6. Skylar Diggins moving and grooving the other way. High off the glass and in. Talks her smack. Walking him down. Talking to Kate Martin. Double technical foul. Issued to Martin and Diggins.
You gotta love it. The intensity level is high in the building, baby. Listen, Skylar Big Mama Diggins is not gonna take it lightly because she knows what is on the line. Oh, okay, Kate Martin is tight. Running her down. Oh, trying to get up under her skin.
Yeah, good luck with that. When it comes to Skylar, of course.
Well, now things just got even more interesting.
Double technical foul.
I need some red vines. I'm past the popcorn now.
We'll work on that.
All right.
As the third quarter winds down. Breeze down by 8. They've dropped 3 of their last 4. Owls look to stay alive in the postseason race. Martin on the drive. A foul. On Fagbenle. That's her second. Edwards is on the bench with 4 fouls.
Now, this is one of these moments, though. When you're in a game, tensions are starting to get high, emotions get high. Who can really stay calm? Who can execute their offense down the stretch? Who can use the distraction as a momentum carrier into this fourth quarter?
And that's why you can partially understand the officials are trying to regain control of the game. Missed free throw. Mabrey wiggles. Fagbenle open. Swirls home the jumper. 10-point lead. Martin from half court. So the Owls build on their lead. They match their largest of the night. It's a 75 mark for the winning score.
Well, things got a little crazy. Fagbenle comes up here with the layup, the rebound, backwards putback. I would have been pissed. And Aaliyah loves it. Dangerous. And because of Aaliyah Edwards, that's the reason, one of the reasons why.
We start the fourth quarter. The winning score is 75 points. It's presented by Maker's Mark. Diggins draws a foul on Beckers. That's her 4th. Ice Young on Skylar Diggins. How was she in that huddle?
Active. She was actually getting a round of applause because the team liked that she kind of was talking back to Kate Martin and kind of bringing a little bit of that moxie in. One of the most interesting things I've heard from Skylar Diggins in covering her is that she will purposely crash out sometimes. Lisa, she will purposely crash out to get her team riled up to make sure that they have the energy and the fight that she wants to see from them. It's a leadership tactic from her, and they went into that huddle fired up.
Well, I love it, and I used to do things like that because you know that you may not personally need that, but some players need it. And to be inspired, to feel like you're going to, as Malanga knocks down that jumper, to feel like you're going to run through the wall for them, hey, that's contagious. And now, watch Marina come through.
He's not hit a 3 tonight. Fagbenle settles in the paint. Malanga the contest. Race for the board. And Malanga reaches in her 2nd foul. 10-point lead for Lunar Owls. The fourth quarter is commercial free. Brought to you by AT&T.
I don't know, Ice. We kind of do for Marina to have a little bit of a crash out. She's a little too calm for me tonight. I get that the jar, we don't want her to fill it up. We don't want her to, like, punch anybody, but come on, Marina, we need a bucket.
Malanga pokes it free. Here she comes again!
Oh, wow! Dominique Malanga, dominating! Come on, Breeze. Throwing it down, Brendan.
Roof might come off. Still a lot of work to do. Diggins silences the crowd. Big time shot.
I love it.
After a highlight. Both dunks by Malanga against Lunar Owls this year. Beckers cashes in, plus a foul.
Wow. Come on, Breeze, bringing the breeze. First, Malonga with the steal. Got it all set up with the throwdown with authority. And then Skylar Diggins with the step back three. Wanting to quiet that down. Everybody calm down. But then Paige Beckers came back with a bucket. So
Good eating.
here we are.
A business-like celebration by Malonga afterwards, and vintage Diggins hit a huge shot after a highlight. Mabrey just picked up her 5th foul. Beckers completes the and one. Owls 6 away from the winning score. Can they seal a 3rd win? Diggins, bounce pass, Edwards, foul, Malonga.
Yeah, that time Malonga just a little bit too much of the body. Instead of needing that ball at the top, closer to the backboard, I think it would have been a clean block.
And we believe Noelle Quinn, yes indeed, has used her coach's challenge. And 4 in a row. She'll be back this weekend for Rose.
And who else? Stewie?
Stewie, Monique Billings, who did not get
Billings?
there tonight.
Oh.
So she ends with 4. But for Edwards to now have 8 double-doubles in 9 games. Missed a pair of games due to injury. Malonga, this time with the flick of the wrist. No dunk necessary.
Come on, that was a beautiful finish.
That was
And
nice.
tough also with the left. Come on.
The Breeze needs stops. There's a start. Williams won't throw it down, but that works. Williams has had a nice debut with Breeze, up to 15 points. With 5 rebounds and 5 assists. Diggins downhill. Circles, now leans, draws the foul. And Breeze, of course, just used its challenge. So Diggins shoots 1 worth 2. And can potentially inch Lunar Owls closer to the winning score.
And one of the things I love about Skylar's game is that she uses the free throw line as part of her strategy. She slows it down. She makes sure she gets fouled. And I don't see a lot of guards really doing that as much as she does it. And it really does work down the stretch.
Now Lunar Owls just a bucket away from clinching a 3rd win. Williams, stop and start. Lob it, Malonga with the left hand, pretty.
Dominic Malonga just doing everything she's supposed to do for this Breeze team right now. The touch in the paint is so beautiful.
Career high for Malonga, 26 points. Paige Beckers commits her 5th. Oh, and Lunar Owls, I believe Breeze is over the limit. That means a free throw, a chance to win this thing. I think the Breeze players are mystified and now realizing that they are over the limit. So Edwards has a chance to seal a 3rd win. 24 points. Can she make it 26? Oh, in and out. There's life for Breeze. Williams looking, Malonga. A 3.
Come on, Dominique Malonga from 3, the dunk. I see you, big girl.
Massive. 29 for Malonga. Still 2 points needed for Lunar Owls. Breeze 5 away from the winning score. Mabrey has not made a 3, decides to take it to the rack and score. Hootie hoo! There's life.
Wow, what a finish. Mabrey finally comes through for the Owls. And that's a huge win, Brendan.
Marina Mabrey, 8 points. Might have been her first points of the 2nd half tonight. Comes up clutch.
Comes up clutch, taking Paige Beckers to the basket. And she says, count it with the walk-off. Another game winner for Marina Mabrey.
That's her third of the year, has all 3 game winners. And the last one coming in Philadelphia after a historic night. And the Owls now at 3-8.
Like I said, the Owls, one of the most dangerous teams. I have not counted them out. I said that a whole 2 weeks ago when I was in studio. And if they can continue to put together wins like this with this effort and the bench scoring like this, Brendan, watch out.
Great to have you back in Miami. All right.
Let's go.
So that concludes another week here at Unrivaled. We're back in action this weekend for 4 straight nights of hoops. To the studio now, though, Lunar Owls with the victory, 75-70.